So with war certain, Obi-Wan starts to formulate a battle plan. They're still not getting involved in the fight, but they'll offer some advice on tactics. Only with the situation, there doesn't seem to be any way that 4 bounty hunters can defend all of these farmers.
You seem to lack confidence in our abilities, young Jedi.
I'm sure you're good at what you do, but you are in way too deep.
For peacekeepers, you two could really work on being more diplomatic. Severely outnumbered is something that can happen to anybody. Way too deep implies that someone made a serious blunder, and that's frankly not the thing to say when you arrived on this planet via fiery death and super balls. When Sugi turns it around, Obi-Wan defensively says that it's not their fault the galaxy's at war. People just won't stand up for themselves, and there aren't enough Jedi to go around. This gives Anakin an idea. Train the farmers to fight the pirates.
I told you, we are not soldiers. We don't even have weapons.
May I?
Meanwhile, Obi-Wan is once again getting on Sugi about money, despite the fact that she had made it clear they're interested in more than money. And the fact that he's still insisting they're not going to fight. At least Anakin is trying something. It's stupid, but he's doing something. Standing around backseat driving the people who will risk their lives when you won't help, despite literally having nothing better you could be doing right now, is shockingly dickish. Elsewhere, as Ahsoka is teaching the farmers how to use a slingshot, just in case the pirates bring a giant, of course, she has to stop to help Serapis, the totally tough droid, who it turns out is not actually a droid. Is a tiny alien side just pretending to be a totally tough droid. This is all part of fleshing out the bounty hunters as characters, which is good because obviously Anakin and Obi-Wan aren't doing well at carrying that load in this episode.
The bounty hunter is right. Every minute you waste teaching us to twirl these stupid poles is time you could have spent beating those pirates yourself.
And what good would that do you? Another band of brigands would inevitably come along.
Yeah, now pick up that garden hose so that you can learn how to stop space pirates armed with ray guns. Her training is caught by a scout, so Embo heads off after him, stopping him with his blaster, some martial artistry, and the power of his hat. It ends well. Well, not for the scout, obviously, but the downside is that when the scout doesn't report in, Hondo is going to investigate, and he'll do so in style.
But you know what I always say, speak softly and drive a big tank.
Well, that's a good saying, but really, dude, your tank's about the size of a Prius. Well, fortunately, Obi-Wan must have decided that they'll fight anyway, on the grounds that, well, they're here, there's fighting going on, they know how to fight, and since they ate these people food, not protecting them would make the Jedi kind of a tool. It is, of course, an action-packed spectacle as the pirates come in on bikes while the bounty hunters and villagers use traps, tricks, and in the case of Embo, badassery in order to take the pirates on. And Serapis, well, his droid suit is shot up, but he leaps out and begins beating a pirate with the guy's own blaster. I guess because the only thing around here that's any bigger than that is his enormous balls just for trying. Of course, Hondo's got a tank, so he just parks it up on the ridge and starts firing at the farm. And somehow, a quaking farmer armed with a shovel is unable to stop him from doing that. Even Embo is taken out of the fight, so the order is given to fall back. Anakin, of course, does not know the meaning of the word, probably literally, and instead charges the tank. This forces the monkey lizard to drive the tank, which is a bit like having one of the gremlins at the controls. No good will come out of that for either side. It then does one better and tries to hump Anakin's face, but eventually the Jedi manages to thwart an adversary that weighs about 8 pounds and is free to now attack Hondo, knocking him over the edge, and so disheartening the pirates that many of them flee. Anakin grudgingly decides to rescue him in the hopes that he will call off the rest of the pirates, only for the monkey lizard to try and shoot him with the tank again. Anakin dodges it, and Hondo and the pirates decide to leave in a "you can't fire me, I quit" moment. But he's gone at least, the farmers are saved, although Rumi is dead, a point so crippling that no one even feels the need to comment on it, never mind mourn her. Wow, what a team. Bounty Hunters is written by Carl Ellsworth, who contributed to The Deserter, which makes sense given the settings in both places. As I probably made clear, I found the idea of training the farmers dubious. I know the source material, but the settings are just so different. The way of fighting is so different. It felt more like Anakin was sending these people off to be slaughtered, and all while Obi-Wan is doing his best to be an arrogant tool. It's sad that the two main characters are the least interesting or likable this episode, compared to the bounty hunters and the pirates even. Even Ahsoka outshines both of them. Between that and the apathy towards the fallen bounty hunter, I found that, while there was some good in it, overall the episode was more on the disappointing side.
All hail the Overlord! All hail the Overlord!
How come every time we fly, we crash?
It's not my fault, it's the ship!